ignition and liftoff of NASA's New Horizons spacecraft.
With the flyby of Pluto of NASA's New Horizons spacecraft, scientists are learning more about our solar system's most distant planet than ever before. Now, here at NAU's ICE Lab, experimental physicist Terry Stufflebeam is using some of that information to study Pluto's surface composition using a unique process: growing ice samples.
We're collecting a spectroscopic database of various types of ices, both pure and mixtures, to compare with astronomical data from telescopes of Kuiper Belt objects. So now, after the flyby of the New Horizons mission, we're starting to receive the infrared spectra that was taken from the satellite, and from that we then compare it with the data that we get here in our ICE lab.
That spectroscopic data gives a good indication what elements are combined in the freezing chamber that are then used to form the ice samples.
This is where we mix our gases. Right now we have three different elements connected to the mixing chambers. We have our methane, CO, and nitrogen back there, which all get injected into this mixing chamber. From there, we'll be injecting into a high vacuum cell, which is down at about 63 Kelvin right now, which is the temperature we expect this gas to freeze at. And now we will put it into the vacuum chamber, and as it comes in, because of its low temperature, it'll instantly turn to a liquid.
Liquid nitrogen is then added, which cools the detector down, allowing the low-energy infrared readings to stand out.
So what we have here are a few different spectra of mixtures of methane, carbon monoxide, and nitrogen. You can see between the green one and the red one that there's a little bit of a shift in these major bands here. That shift is due to the addition of nitrogen. And we could say that with certainty because we have a database of pure methane as well as methane combined with nitrogen. And when we compare the two, it becomes very apparent that the influence of nitrogen in the methane is having this effect.
And it's one of these elements that is giving astronomers unexpected insight into the inner workings of Pluto.
We found it really interesting that there is actually methane out there. As methane is bombarded by the ultraviolet light from the sun, it was anticipated that the majority of it would be already decayed to some other form of material, yet it hasn't, it's still there. And from the New Horizons mission that we found that Pluto is resurfacing itself from deep within its interior. Where is the heat coming from for that is not so well understood at this point. Hopefully our research here in the lab will help to answer those questions. The experiments that we run here in the ICE lab are the next best thing to actually going to the surface of Pluto and scooping up a cup of ice.